Hello everybody, welcome back to a new Shy Guy Studios video. So if you're reading the title, you might already know this, or you might not, but there is like a rumor going around that Microsoft, aka Xbox Game Studios or whatever, that company is gonna buy Sega. So you're probably wondering, what? Where did this rumor come from? Where did it come from? So on Twitter, there's a user named Crimson Mayhem. So let me go search him up. Crimson Mayhem. So I'm scrolling down to his tweets right now. So the tweet says that there is a rumor going around that Microsoft has purchased Sega as a first-party developer for Xbox Game Studios. It has been circulating for quite some time now, so it could be false, but if you ask me, this would be a great news, not only for Sonic, but expanding Sega's IPs as well. So people like on YouTube are calling this like a source, but just to let you all know, this is not a source, this is just a guy was talking about the rumor. So it also comes with an image, and if you read the image, it says Xbox Game Studios and Sega Power Your Dreams, which could be a reference to Nights into Dreams, a Sega video game made on the Sega Saturn. And then there's a date that says June 14th, 9 a.m. PDT, and then 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And it'll be live on Mixer, which if you don't know is Microsoft's live streaming platform. And there's also a link by a Segabits user. Like, he didn't make the link, obviously. He just, he posted the link. So, if we're going onto the link and we're clicking it, if we, like, search it up, what do we get? Well, it's not really loading anything, right? Oh. It gives you a 404 page not found. So people are thinking this is a leak that Microsoft is buying Sega. I almost said Microsoft is being bought by Sega. I don't think that would be good. So again, Sega might be being bought by Microsoft, but this is unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you're looking at it, false. So, on Segabits, there's an article from yesterday by George. I don't know who George is, honestly. I think he's one of the writers for articles on the Segabits website. I will link the link to this and the actual website itself in the description. So again, like, there's a link, but it's a 404 page, so people are thinking, oh, this might be a leak. And that would be cool. So, like, people thought, like, Sega would be a first-party developer because the Xbox Series X is gonna come out on Thanksgiving, possibly being delayed. I'm not really catching up with the news for Xbox games, since I don't really play Xbox. So, like, for Xbox Series X, like, they could have Sega develop games for their new console. So that way, when it comes out, people might buy it so they can play the games. But this is entirely false. So there's a 4chan thread. If you guys don't know what 4chan is, it's like a social media website where, like, people usually, like, do a lot of rumors. And no one actually saw the Xbox link working, so it's clearly a 4chan prank because this just kinda doesn't really make sense and it's just a rumor. And there's another article by Tweaktown saying that there's no reason Sega would be sold or is selling itself to Microsoft. So when we look at Sega, it says in the article that, like, it's been doing pretty good. So, this is a direct quote from the article. Sega is making $1 billion plus in quarterly revenues. In quarter 3 of 2019, during the holiday period, Sega made $1.7 billion in revenues, and its profits were up a massive 52%. I don't know what YOY means. To $148 million. To put that into perspective, that's roughly 1/3 of what Xbox makes every quarter. Sega is pretty healthy right now, and its wealth of IPs and games libraries are the reasons. Physical game sales slipped in the holiday period, but overall game segments were up. So it's basically saying that Sega has been doing well, so they don't really need to sell the company. It also says that Sega also recently made the decision to double down on existing game franchises, making significant investments into developing sequels and new titles in its most popular IPs, that being like Sega, Nights into Dreams, Yakuza, Persona, all those. That investment is clearly paying off as it raises year-over-year profits, so I'm guessing that YOY means year-over-year. And for Xbox, in quarter 2 of 2020, well, I'm guessing that's what it's trying to say, I don't actually know, ending December 31st, 2019, the Xbox division pulled in $3.3 billion driven by strong services and shares of game sales sold on the Xbox Store. That's really what Microsoft cares about most. Games that can tie in perfectly with its services ecosystem, which includes Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and soon Project X Cloud. So why would Microsoft decide to buy a company that makes 1/3 of its earnings? And that just doesn't make sense. Because, it also says even if Sega would theoretically sell its IPs first before selling itself, and even then Microsoft probably wouldn't shell out the money for it. Plus, Sega's games aren't really lined up for services, with the exception of Phantasy Star Online 2. And it also says that Microsoft doesn't really care about Xbox, really. So there's not really any reason to buy Sega and for Sega to sell itself, because that just doesn't make any sense. Why would it need to do that? So anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. This is all a fake rumor, so if you think this is real, it's not. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Remember to subscribe, leave a like, hit the notification bell. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, It's Green Forever, and my third channel, Doja's Green. And hopefully I will remember to put the links of them in the description, because in my other video on It's Green Forever, I did not. So anyways, that's the end, and bye!